What's going on, everybody? So I wanted to do a little post-investigation video for you guys. For anybody who doesn't know, I actually just got home a little while ago and just got all the equipment unloaded. Yesterday was the 2-year anniversary of me launching Wild Night Paranormal, and I was given the chance to do the Pete Spence House here in Tombstone. We had a really good time with this one. A lot of planning went into this investigation. We investigated all night. Myself and another one of my crew members that was there last night, we actually stayed the night, and it was just a really awesome place to go to, and just all the work that went into it. So one thing I wanted to bring up is that kind of a little bit of a spoiler. Being inside the Pete Spence house for an overnighter. Honestly, it's a very active house. There was kind of some moments where we were thinking, there's really not a whole lot happening. But, as the hours kind of went on, we were getting kind of messed with almost. So, it was fun. And just being there all night. And one thing I want to say, it might be kind of a spoiler, maybe, because the video is not going to be out for a while for the investigation. But I don't really know if we're really dealing with Pete Spence in that house. It's my belief that I think they're dealing with actual multiple spirits in that house. I think at least they're probably dealing with at least 4. Because during the investigation, we managed to come up with 4 different names. We came up with 3 female names, and we also came up with a male name. If you ask me, I think the Pete Spence house is definitely active. They've got multiple spirits in there, though. Now, we were having a little bit of trouble later on in the night, kind of, because we got many hours into investigating. We were there. We were investigating until almost 5 in the morning, and by that time everybody's starting to get tired. The energy's low, and so it kind of starts to get quiet. But one of the things I want to do when it comes to the Pete Spence house is I don't want to end it here. I don't want this to be the only investigation I do there. One thing I'm thinking of is if I would like to go back in there for maybe a solo investigation for maybe a night and do a few sessions in there along with the spirit box and a couple of other pieces of equipment that we used last night. So that would be something I'd really like to do. And so, Karen, if you see this video before I have a chance to see you or talk to you, just know I would really like to come in there for another night, just one night solo. The reason why I want to go in solo is because I think the reason why they were being so quiet and we were kind of maybe getting messed with the way we were, I think maybe it was a little overwhelming because there was five of us in there at one point. And it is a small place, and it doesn't really get investigated that much. So I'm thinking maybe that any spirits that were in there were just really overwhelmed with what was going on. I think maybe they didn't want to come through so much because there was just too many of us there. So that's my whole idea about going in for a little solo investigation with myself going in solo for a night. So that would be something I would really be looking to do in the future, hopefully soon. Because I think that the spirits in the Pete Spence house have a lot to say. I think they do. I don't think all of them want to come out. I do think there's one in there that does not want to communicate in any way. Just kind of likes to hide in there and doesn't want to talk to anybody. But I think there's a couple of them in there that actually really do want to communicate. I just think maybe as many of us in there that were last night, I think it might have been a little overwhelming for them. And that might have been why we had some points where we just really weren't catching a lot of stuff. So, anyway, I hope you guys, like I said, last night was the 2-year anniversary of Wild Night Paranormal. Got to celebrate it doing an investigation at the Pete Spence house here in Tombstone. And it was just a lot of fun. Like I said, a lot of planning went into this investigation. A lot of work went into it. Even the investigation part alone, it was just a lot of work, and I thank everybody who's been involved with it, even everybody, all you guys here that have just been watching just from the social media pages or online. I've really appreciated everything that went into this one. So, like I said, Pete Spence house was a lot of fun. I would really like to go in there on a solo investigation here soon, if they'll have me come back and see maybe if we can actually get some more real solid communication. Because, like I said, I think they've got multiple spirits in there, and I think last night they just might have been a little overwhelmed because there were so many of us in there. But we did get some really good responses. We did bring in some new equipment, and we were investigating all night. Like I said, new equipment. We were just doing some experimenting with some of the new stuff. They've set up a lot of REM pods and a lot of motion sensors, and we were catching some activity last night. It was just a really good time. So like I said, hopefully I can get back in there soon for a solo investigation. I'll be able to bring a video with that evidence up for you guys here soon. I imagine there'll be talks about it. I hope there will be. Like I said, Karen, thank you for letting me into your building for an investigation last night. And if you see this video before I have a chance to talk to you, just know I'd really like to come in for a solo overnight investigation if that's possible. I know I'll be seeing you soon, so I'm sure we'll talk about it. But for everybody else, thank you for all the support you've given me. The last night was just amazing. I look forward to continuing. And like I said, Pete Spence House, man, it's an active spot, and we had a really good time with it. And I really don't want to just make this the last time I ever go in there. Like, I really want to go back. So with that being said, I've got actually a lot of work to get to. I got to start getting footage transferred over from the flash drives and memory cards over to the computer here, and start reviewing the evidence, because this is going to be, there's a lot to review. So I'm looking forward to posting some of this footage with you guys. The video should be pretty good. Really looking forward to getting the video out so you guys can see everything we caught. So as always, thank everybody for your support. And last night was just a lot of fun, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. And I hope you all have a great night.